All right, Area 519 Talks. We're back for another podcast. This is episode number 9. Yeah, we got to get the fingers in there. We are in Auburn, so we are legit 519. The lighting's not the greatest, but you'll have to, it'll do. We even got the nice little divider there. You can see between the
That's
white.
the COVID divider.
That's our COVID-19 social distancing. We could almost bullshit everybody and tell them that we're Skyping. It almost looks like two separate frames.
I think we are Skyping.
Yeah, okay, so we're Skyping this. We're not actually in the same place.
He did figure out all of the technological stuff and how to do this.
Yeah, so I'm at home and she's at her place.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take this opportunity to do a cool little magic trick. Isn't that fucky? That's like DMT world. Izzy Lochner. This is actually...
I'm Derby Izzy.
Derby Dave's little sister.
Yeah, I'm Derby Izzy.
Derby Izzy.
Yeah, nice to meet y'all.
What have you been up to? We haven't seen each other in quite a long time. We haven't talked.
A week, I think.
We haven't actually seen each other in a long time, though. What have you been up to?
Me? Just hanging out. I would like to say lots, but it's really hard to tell stories at this point, right?
What have you been doing? You're self-employed.
Yeah. Okay. Here, I'm going to bring it up when we discuss this. I am a knife maker, so I go make knives and I pull titties in the mornings.
We won't get into it, but when you say, for my viewers, when you say I make knives, like what are we like? I know what you make, but some people are like, what does she make? Butter knives? Does she make hunting knives? Does she make throwing knives? Like what
knives.
Like what kind of knives do you make? We won't get into it, but
well, you're starting to get into it, but okay, butter knives. No. Art knives. I enjoy working with my hands. And I make steel art. That's what it is.
Okay, so your knives it's a piece of art.
Yes.
All right, we're not gonna. We discussed this before the podcast, but we're not gonna
delve into it too far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to explain what your reason was for that?
Because I am Izzy right now, which is my day-to-day life is being Izzy, and my knife world life is Elizabeth. So we'll meet Elizabeth someday.
Okay, so...
And I'm Izzy right now.
So we're Izzy. So...
Okay.
So which one's the alter ego? Is Izzy the alter ego or is Elizabeth the alter ego?
How do you...
It's like Batman or Superman and Clark Kent. I think, yeah. So Clark Kent was Clark Kent, but Superman was the alter ego. And then, like in Spider-Man, you had whatever his name was. That was him, and then Spider-Man was his alter ego.
Okay. Knife making is my alter ego.
Okay, I have an alter ego as well.
What's your alter ego?
Well, most of the time I'm just Sheldon. Everybody knows me.
I really don't know anything other than Sheldon. In all the years, and I have known Sheldon, I don't know.
As long as Dave.
Yeah.
So 25 years.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right.
There's no alter ego for you. You are just who you are.
All right, let me explain this a little bit different. For those who know me, there is no alter ego. For those that don't necessarily know me on a personal level, like my super close friends do, they may meet my alter ego and not really who I am.
Is that the alpha male? I don't know if you guys have recognized this, but Shelley is very infatuated with being the alpha male.
Yes.
Yes. Definitely.
Well, I think most guys are.
Everybody wants to be the alpha male,
yeah,
right?
But 97% of guys can't actually pull it off.
I suppose so.
And I'm not saying I'm like,
No, that's pretty pompous, actually. That statement was very pompous.
Well,
Most guys can't pull it off,
that's
but
reality.
you can.
I'm not saying I can't. I say yes, I can. Fuck it. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
It takes, you got to have a lot of confidence in yourself and, be totally secure with yourself to pull off. If you have, like, a whole shit ton of insecurities and fucking skeletons in the closet and all kinds of bullshit.
So you're talking about the general population?
Yeah, that's what I said. 97% of dudes
okay.
are beta males.
Yeah, okay.
And you got that 3% or 5%, which are like your legit alpha dominant males in the group. And I don't mean alpha by, going around and kicking people's asses, and that's stupid. That's just a beta male trying to be alpha male, and he's totally overcompensating. An alpha male is just a guy that takes charge, knows how to make a decision, can make a plan, execute the plan. Somebody that has goals, ambitions, has a purpose, knows what his purpose is in life, and is actively pursuing his purpose on a daily basis.
Okay, so how have all of your plans worked out in your life so far?
What do you mean all of my plans?
Well, you're saying you got to figure out your plans.
That's
how
right.
have your plans worked out so far?
My plans are fucking working out awesome right now.
Okay, so what's your plans in life?
My plan? Well, this is actually interesting. That's a good question.
There you go.
Enjoy the shit out of answering this question. I've come up with a lot of ideas.
Okay.
In life, and never followed through with a lot of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why is you can get super excited. This whole double screen thing's actually
kind of cool.
I actually totally feel like I'm in like a totally different
crossed it over.
It is actually kind of freaky. It's cool. That's interesting how I like that. Anyway, so yeah, I came up with. You're making me lose track.
Sorry.
I gotta hone this back.
I will stop distracting.
It's all right. I can roll with it. That's what my podcast is, just rolling with it. There's no format. There's just roll with it.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, I've come up with...
Okay,
all kinds of ideas. All kinds of ideas. But whether... And everybody does. Everybody always comes up, like, what's the next idea? And I've had all kinds of crazy ideas, and I never followed through with them. And Dave kind of touched a little bit with this on our last podcast we did on episode 8. So, an idea is great, but the idea is useless if you can't follow through with it and execute it.
That's absolutely the truth, yeah.
It's like...
For sure.
I heard this was so profound. I heard this in a talk that I was listening to on YouTube like a year ago. And this guy had said, what's the wealthiest place on earth? Where is it? Where is the wealthiest place that exists on earth?
Is that not Dubai?
No.
Oh, what's the wealthiest place?
See, you're actually... Yeah, your mind's going in the same place as everybody else's.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna mind fuck y'all with this. The wealthiest place that exists on Earth is the cemetery. Okay.
How do you figure?
Okay.
Figure.
No, let me explain this.
Oh, he didn't catch that.
So many people, everybody comes up with ideas in life. Most people don't do anything with those ideas. They don't execute them. They come up with an idea, they think about it, they get super excited about it, and then indecision, doubt, and fear takes over in their mind, and they get paralyzed with doubt and fear, about their idea, and then they end up doing nothing with their idea. And all their ideas that they've come up with in life that they were too scared to do anything about, they die with those ideas. Those ideas go to the grave with them. Those ideas die with them.
Well, and that's exactly what you were talking about.
Okay, no, just hold up.
Okay.
Now, what I mean, so going back to why is the cemetery the most wealthiest place on the planet? Because think about all these people that have passed on and their ideas died with them.
Mm-hmm.
What if some of these ideas that some of these people would have had, what if they had the courage and the balls and took a bold step toward it and actually pursued those ideas and executed those ideas? The world could be a better place today. It would be a better place because we'd have new inventions. We'd have different things that don't exist and things that may never exist, ideas that will never ever come to pass because they died with that person. Okay, let's just think about...
Because people didn't have the balls.
Okay.
Because people didn't have the balls.
Who's the guy that invented the light bulb? Was that Alec? No, that was Thomas Edison. I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thomas Edison failed hundreds and hundreds. It might have even been thousands of times, because this was also part of this talk that I listened to. So if Thomas Edison had, made a half a dozen, 100 attempts and was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm done. This is stupid. I can't figure this out. And gave up on his dream and gave up on his idea, his dream, and gave up on it, would we have light today?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody else would have taken that idea that he scrapped
and the initiative
and kind of picked up where he left off, and somebody else would have created the light bulb. But no, Thomas Edison created the light bulb. He invented the light bulb. We have light because of him, because he had a dream, he had an idea, and no matter what got in, whatever, and he pursued, he stuck with it no matter what, and people laughed at him. People, like, dude, like, fuck, like, when are you gonna give this up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you failed so many times.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Thomas Edison had a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he failed, he also failed forward. But every time he failed, he looked at the failure and thought to himself, okay, what did I learn from this? Every time he failed, he learned, okay, this doesn't work. Now he knows if I do this doesn't work. It was a failure, but I learned something from it. In one of his experiments, he actually almost killed himself, and the guy that was with him, there was a big explosion. Something went wrong, and there was a massive explosion. They both almost died from it.
No shit.
Yeah, it's a true story. Research it. It's a great story.
It. Google it.
So the guy that was with him was like, dude, like, you just about fucking killed us. Like, you need to give this up. And he's like, no, I learned if we do this, this, and this, and this is going to create a massive combustion and an explosion. It was a fail, but this information that we just found that was a failure could be totally beneficial and be something that could be so creative in somewhere else for somebody else. So every failure really is the opportunity to learn about yourself and learn about whatever it is that you're doing. Whatever doesn't work, you just learn that doesn't work, and really that's a good thing. It's all perspective. It just, what lens are you choosing to look at life through? We can look at life through bullshit and come up with all the reasons why this sucks and why I should quit, or come up with all the reasons why I need to keep going on. And here's another bold statement about, you're like, well, what's your purpose? Or what are your like, this is so bold, and I'm not even afraid to say this on my podcast. This is only episode 9. I'm a nobody. Nobody really knows who I am. I have maybe 250.
Just say what you gotta
to
think.
350. Just relax. 300 people that listen to me right now.
Yeah.
I am going to have eventually the most listened and watched podcast in Canada.
Look, that's drive. That's force.
That is a complete bold statement. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Is to have the
And
number one podcast
you do need
in
you
Canada.
and you do need to have goals in life because it's the most important thing.
It's like,
because if you don't have goals, then what are you doing walking around the face of the planet?
you're just existing.
Exactly.
You're
And
just
what does just existing
You're
do?
just existing. It's called living in mediocrity. And I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I'm 40, almost 44 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've lived mediocrity most of my life. Going to a job that I don't particularly care about. Just going through motions in life. Just going to a job to earn a paycheck to pay bills. Who the fuck wants to do that? Everybody does it though. Why?
Okay.
Because that's what we're taught when we're young. You need to get a job, and you need to get out on your own, and you need to get married, and you need to have Who the fuck made those rules?
Okay, but what made you change your mind? What made you decide? What is it? What is it that makes you change your mind and turn that switch that makes you want to be something more than just
a mediocre lifestyle?
Yes. What was it? What was it that turned that switch, that flipped that switch? What was it?
Dave and myself. Dave's gonna like that because I said it properly. Usually,
Well,
I would have said me and Dave.
No, Dave and I.
But
is
it's
how
Dave,
you're supposed to say
Dave
it.
and I.
Yes, that's the correct wording.
That one's for you, Dave.
Yeah.
On our last podcast, I had brought this up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to repeat a bunch of stuff. But I was in a relationship, and my heart was broke. And at that point, I was broken from that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can choose to be upset and yada, 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 or I can take my time, realize what happened, feel it, heal it, and then move forward. How can I become a better person because of it? And that relationship being terminated was the best thing that has ever happened to me, because it set me on this path of self-exploration, figuring out who I am, figure out what am I really, really passionate about. And it just sent me on this journey that I've been on for 14 months, and it's been absolutely fantastic. My life fucking kicks ass right now. Yeah, I still go to a job that I don't particularly care about. It's a decent job, but yeah, I'm still going to a job that I don't get really any fulfillment out of. But it's my outlook on life. It's the lenses that I'm looking through that I never looked through before. I just have so much drive and ambition more than I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, okay.
You're processing?
Yeah, I'm processing.
Okay.
I'm processing. Okay, so
I don't like a whole lot of dead air space.
I know,
so
I did dead air space.
Spit it out.
So ultimately, do you feel like you hit the bottom of the barrel in relationships then? Is that what happened? Do you feel like you hurt? Oh, we can go so many places with this.
Take a direction.
Okay. Do you feel like you hurt yourself and somebody else all at the same time and mess things up? But do you feel like things are better at this point in your life?
I don't understand your question.
Do you feel like you fuck things up?
Well, I take responsibility for.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like
that's
whatever. I'm not going to get into the relationship because that's irrelevant.
No, that's completely...
But I've taken responsibility for myself, for what had happened. I've moved on, and life is that was because Dave and I had discussed, It was a low point, which is completely turning into a high point, and it's just getting higher and higher and higher. And I'm just going to keep climbing from this point. You know, I'm never going to reach the pinnacle. I'm never going to reach the peak. I'm just going to keep climbing because there's when it comes to being successful in life and just having that attitude of being successful, there is no okay, I finally made it.
Yeah.
There's not that, you know, you're never satisfied. That's not it either, because I'm completely satisfied. And to be successful, you have to always have a contentment and have a sense of satisfaction of where you are. You know, I am happy, whole, and complete where I am right now. And by being that and feeling that just allows you, that gives you just that motivation and that drive to keep climbing. It's not that I'm not going to be happy until I reach the pinnacle. That's ridiculous, because then you're never happy, and then you're basing your happiness on a specific outcome. And what if that outcome never comes? So you're just going to be unhappy the whole time and just work and strive to reach a goal that even if you were to reach that goal, you're not happy with it anyway. Like, look at fucking celebrities and stuff that take their own lives. It's like, you'd think, like, they got all the money in the world, they got all the fame in the world, the more money than we could ever fathom, in the wealth and the fame, and just having a lifestyle that regular people, for the lack of a better word, look at that and think, oh my God, I would, if I had that life, if I had all the glitz and the glam, oh my God, I would be so happy. Well, it didn't make them happy. You know, they were never happy. So you have to be happy and content where you are, right? Happy, whole, and complete where you are right now. And enjoy the moment. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy the process.
You have to find a way to find the enjoyment.
Yeah,
and it's up to you to do it. It's up to you to do it.
This is kind of a one-sided podcast, actually.
Very much so.
I've kind of just noticed that. And, you know, I kind of apologize, but I'm just kind of super passionate about this topic.
Yeah. Okay. Can I change it for a second?
Sure. If you want to take
no.
You want to take a ride around the corner? We can
I'm going to take it right around the corner. All right. So it has been discussed on multiple podcasts via Shelley about his training and eating a whole crap load of chicken breasts.
Yeah. I'm not sure where we're going with this.
I've got a story for you.
Okay.
I've got a story for you.
Gather around, children.
Yes, gather around.
Story time with Aunt Izzy.
Yes. Yes, that's about it. Okay. So, there was a house called the greenhouse.
Can we start it with Once Upon a Time?
Once upon a time.
It just seems like
I'll start.
It seems like that kind of story.
Once upon a time, there was this house, and it was on a farm, and it was called the greenhouse.
And why was it called the greenhouse?
Because it was green. It's pretty simple.
It
was literally green.
Yeah, it was just a house that was green.
It was literally green.
Yeah, we weren't living in a glass house.
No, it was literally, yes, absolutely green. Okay. So, the greenhouse was basically great for a lengthy period of time, and a lot of people lived in it.
Yes.
And it got to the point where it was like, this house should no longer stand.
It was pretty much condemned condition.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
It was very condemned.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But it served its purpose and fared well for multiple people over multiple years. So it was decided the greenhouse is going to get torn down.
Sad day.
Do you remember it?
Are you kidding me? I'll tell you the date and time.
Yeah, well, okay. I have reason for asking if you actually remember it.
It was
based on this scenario. No. Let me give this story.
Okay. I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you the.
Oh, I know. I remember you standing there drinking bottles of water. Yes.
It was like April
Absolutely.
18th. It was like the second end of the second week into the third week of April of 99.
All right.
Or sorry, 2009. Sorry, 2009.
Okay. Here's the epic story about all of this.
Is it really epic?
Oh.
Because you're really setting up something here.
Well, yeah, and when you tell the story, it never seems as good as if you're actually there. Okay. So maybe I'm setting something up that's not going to be that great. Right. Anyways, we're okay. Greenhouse is going to get torn down the next morning. So myself and Derby Dave, mm-hmm. my bro, and my little bro, we're all together. We're in the house. Yes, Little John. We're all together in the house. Excuse me. And we go through everything and make sure that nothing has been missed in the house because it's going to get demolitioned. That's what's going to happen. Yep. So go through everything. So we pull out drawers. We go through everything and we rip the house apart and everything that we pull apart.
And I wasn't there for that.
No, he was at work. You were actually working.
And then
he was actually working.
Had to go to the gym and
yeah, whatever. He did his own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we pull apart the house, and there's no point in thinking about putting things back or anything like this. So we're ripping everything apart, and there's crap all over the floor. It was trash. The house was trashed.
There was no cupboard doors left on the cupboards.
No.
Everything was ripped apart because they were wrecking the house the next day. So they just went and literally the entire, because it was like a big country style kitchen. And it was just like a demolition zone already inside the house. Yeah. So I just wanted to say that.
No, that's very good precedent. Okay. So, anyways, we had finally finished demolishing everything and figured out, what needed to be taken from where, et cetera, et cetera. And we're sitting on the couch, having a beer at that point in time, no doubt, whatever, hanging out. Sheldon comes home from work.
From the gym.
Okay, work and gym. And there's the ornery Sheldon. Yep.
Hangry Sheldon.
Hangry. Okay. Well, this fucker, walks through the door. He's got a slow cooker on the counter.
Which was still there.
Yes, it was still there. We did not touch that. Yeah. Because we aren't touching anything that's going to piss Shelly off at this point. He walks in. He literally trudges upon all of the demolished drawers and whatever crap was laying on the floor. Like nothing happened. So myself and my two bros are sitting on the couch watching him. He walks in, doesn't say a word to anybody, walks across all of this crap, pulls his chicken out of the freezer, because the freezer still stood.
Yeah.
The fridge. Yeah. Puts it in the slow cooker on the counter, which is also covered in demolished crap. Yeah. Puts it in there, walks across the demolished crap into his bedroom and goes to sleep.
Yep.
And not a word to anybody.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember walking and just saying, what the
and
fuck
all three of us just sat there and watched him go through his motions.
Yep.
Nothing's different. Everything's the same. It's like, it's so different. And yet you're treating it otherwise.
See, and that's interesting. That all goes back to having a purpose.
There you go.
Having a purpose and not letting anything get in my way of pursuing my purpose. My purpose was at that time is I was getting ready to compete in my first bodybuilding competition. So that was my purpose. So yeah, so I walk into a fucking war zone. It was like, my purpose is I have to come home, get my chicken cooked for the next day, so I have my food all ready to go, and then I need to get my rest, which is required when you're prepping for a bodybuilding show. That was my purpose, and nothing was going to get in my way, even a fucking war zone. So I just walked in like a fucking robot running off a program. In the door, chicken in the crock pot, straight to bed, go to sleep. Didn't even faze me.
I really wish all of you could see what it looked like, because it is something that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we moved into the trailer after that.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Shops. What was it? What was the sign that he put on the trailer?
The what?
He put the sign on the trailer.
A sign?
Yeah. It was not Boss's Home, whatever.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's part of Sheldon's ornery.
Okay, that's also interesting, because earlier when we were talking about alter ego, when I was a bodybuilder, or an amateur bodybuilder, that was kind of my alter ego. There's, me, who I am, and then I had this this exterior alter ego, which was like this jacked up, ripped up dude with tattoos. So that was like my alter exterior that people seen.
So do you basically feel like was that a method of you making yourself feel like more of a man?
You know what? That's an interesting question. And I've talked about, not on the podcast, but I've talked about this with many different people before. Like, I grew up, like, I was very insecure as a guy, even well into my 30s, into my late 30s. I was very insecure with myself. So I created this alter ego, which was go to the gym, use copious amounts of steroids, and get as big as I possibly could, cover my body in tattoos. So then I had an image, okay? I created an alter ego. And then I had a little bit of that attitude and a little bit of that cockiness to back it up, okay? But it really was.
So you were creating a false image for yourself.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to admit it now,
Yeah.
at this point in my life. That's totally what I did.
Okay.
So I created this jacked up, not that I was like this super massive guy, but I was substantially bigger than the average person you would see walking around.
Than the average bear.
And then, I got sleeve tattoos. I got I'm tattooed from my collarbone down to my pubes. So yeah, it's true.
Okay.
So I created this exterior image to basically hide behind. So I took all my insecurities and all the negative thoughts I had about myself, and I just basically would hide behind this alter ego that I had created of this muscle dude covered in tattoos. Because the guy that had the tattoos and the muscle is the guy that got everything that I ever wanted. That's the guy that got all the respect. That's the guy that got the girls. Okay? That's the guy that got whatever he wanted based on being that guy.
So you're living a false life.
Absolutely.
Ultimately.
Oh, 100%.
How many of us have done that in different ways? I
think we're all probably guilty of it.
Yeah. Well, not all, but a majority, I would assume.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I still struggle with that a little bit now. But, I had to be that guy because in my head, I created this lie about myself that, okay, alter ego Sheldon jacked up tattooed Sheldon, that's the guy that got the respect. That's the guy that got the girls. That's the guy that got everything that he wanted in life, thinking that would make him happy.
So at what point did that change for you?
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay. I'll be patient.
Because I didn't think that the real person, the real Sheldon, all my close friends, like I said earlier in the podcast, all my friends who truly know who I am, never seen the alter ego. They never seen the big Jack. They never seen. Cassandra bust my balls. She bust my balls.
It's true though. She's right.
Yeah. See, everything's. Anyway, if Cassandra watches this, she's gonna be killing herself because you corrected me on it.
Yeah. Well.
So
it's legit.
My friends never saw this alter ego, okay, because they knew who I really was, who I actually am as a person. It was everybody else who didn't really know who I was. All they saw was the alter ego, which is what got me everything that I wanted. Because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think that the Sheldon, that who I really was, that guy wasn't good enough to get the respect, to get the girls, to get everything he wanted. That guy couldn't do it, but the alter ego allowed Sheldon to get everything that he wanted. So really, I was just basically living a big lie.
Oh, that sucks.
That's basically what it was.
No,
like,
but it's
don't get me wrong. Like
it sucks, but it's fantastic that you recognize it because so many people don't recognize that.
Like, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of I have.
What are you gonna brag about? No.
I'm not bragging, but there was a lot of cool shit that happened, a lot of cool experiences, and I got to experience a lot of things
because of your alter ego.
By coming out with this alter ego. Okay.
But
see, now I'm transitioning. Mm-hmm. Now this is, like I said, in the last 14 months that I don't need to be some jacked up tattooed guy in order to get the things that I want and to achieve certain goals, the goals that I want.
In order to be the real you.
The real Sheldon.
Yes.
Which is sitting here right now in this podcast.
Yeah.
This guy that you're seeing right now is good enough to get anything he wants, to pursue any goal and succeed at any goal that he wants. I don't need there's nothing I can do. I'm still tattooed. That shit's not, and I love my tattoos. Don't get me wrong. I don't regret any of them. And I still like to work out. And I still like, to be that big muscular, not as much as I was back then, but I still like being that bigger dude. And plus, my kids love it. They call me like Muscle Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm like my kid's superhero. Oh, and my daughter's like, Daddy, cool. I like that you're a bodybuilder. I'm like, I'm not a bodybuilder. But in my daughter's eyes, I'm like fucking Superman. And that's so cool when your kids look up to you and your kids almost think that you're like some sort of a superhero.
Yeah, well.
But I don't need that image to get what I want in life anymore. Because I'm good enough Sheldon is good enough as Sheldon to do whatever he wants and get whatever he wants in life. I don't need that alter ego anymore.
Did you actually answer the question of what made it change for you?
It all goes back to that relationship. Oh. That's when the switch went off. That's when the switch was like, you know what? Holy shit. Like, that's when everything changed. Everything changed for me.
Yeah.
Everything changed. One of the biggest negatives completely turned into the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's all perspective and how you choose to look at it, how you choose to deal with it, and how you choose to respond to life. Life is going to happen no matter what.
That's an absolute.
Life is going to throw a shit show at you every opportunity it has. It's how you choose to respond to the shit show.
You're crossing over the Skype line. Remember, we're in two different.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm enjoying the shit out of this podcast. it's still pretty much one-sided, but you know.
Well,
I'm just
no,
being-
there's
I'm being-
two sides. See?
It is, yeah.
There's
But
no,
it's-
you crossed it again.
And I'm just
Two
being,
sides.
I'm just being real. I'm just being completely like
Yeah.
so transparent right now.
That's what I expected from you.
So
Yeah. I've known you for a lot of years and I expect
Long-
nothing else from you.
long time. Lizzie used to have like long hair down to her ass at one point.
Yeah, now it's all this shit.
Got some crazy like roots and stuff.
Oh yeah, I dyed it and whatever.
So
Like we're talking about hair dye right now. That's so not important. Mhm.
It's so crazy how my podcasts go. Like, we're just all over the place. But she said hair dye, so this totally reminded me of this story. I was crushing. This was years and years ago. I was crushing on this girl. I don't mention names, but this was a long time ago. I was crushing on this girl, but I was kind of like friend zoned. She kind of put me in the friend zone, and there was this other guy that was in the picture, and I think she was kind of like digging on him a little bit. Anyway, that's really good. Anyway, I was over there hanging out with her, you know, being the friend, and he come over and he had like his hair was fucking like he had like short hair, but it was red. And he was like blondish, I think, or something, and then all of a sudden he shows up and he's got
Red but blondish? Which one is it?
He was blonde, but then he showed up with like this red hair.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck? And he told me, he says he dyed his hair with a bingo dabber.
Yeah, no kidding.
He said it was bingo dabber.
Well, did he win money out of it?
No, I don't know.
Well, you bingo dab the whole head. Hopefully, you win like $5
no,
because
he came in and he said
it's
he
like
used a
covered.
fucking bingo dabber to dye his hair. I don't know.
Well, it worked.
I think old
He
ladies.
was blonde
I
and he
think
went
all the old
red.
ladies at the bingo hall would have been completely disgusted by it.
Or they might have loved it.
I think they would have been disgusted by it because you're using up valuable.
Oh, bingo dabbers. I don't know.
Now this reminds me of something. Okay.
He's on a roll.
I'm on a
He's
roll.
on a roll.
Shit's coming to me, Craig. Remember the old TV show Fear Factor? I always talk about Joe Rogan on my podcast because he inspired me. But anyway, so Joe Rogan used to have his own TV show called Fear Factor, and I'm not going to explain it because hopefully everybody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I thought one of the greatest stunts that they should have done on Fear Factor would be to send some poor bastard into a bingo hall, okay? And the stunt is to go into a bingo hall to play bingo and then prematurely scream out bingo without actually having a bingo.
Oh,
and if you could actually get out of the bingo hall without broken fingers from the old ladies whipping you with their canes, then you get to move on to the next stunt.
I would so do that. You want to go to the bingo hall?
Or
What?
Or, same deal, Fear Factor stunt, send somebody into the Legion on a Thursday night when they have euchre night, and have some guy there and purposely go in and renege on a euchre hand, purposely renege, and if same thing, if you can get out of the Legion on the Thursday night without the old ladies beating you with the fucking cane, you move on to the next stunt for the $100,000 or whatever the fuck it was.
Okay, so we're gonna pick a date, and
I'm not doing it.
well, no, when
I don't want to get my ass whooped by some 80-year-old woman with her
I'll
cane
take that on.
because I
we
prematurely
gotta
yelled
wait.
bingo with my
Okay.
pink fucking hair.
Okay, first we've got to wait until, and we are not going on this route. But first we've got to wait until it's COVID safe,
Yeah.
and then all of his followers. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna line up, and we're gonna totally pull that shit off.
I think it'd be you'd die.
I wouldn't die.
Like you would literally have to have 911 on speed dial if you're gonna pull.
Why?
that
Because
shit
my
off.
ribs hurt so bad because I'm laughing
they
so
take
hard.
the old ladies, man. They take that shit serious, man.
Yeah, well, you
that's-
can't blame them. Hey, no, Okay. They
All right.
should take it seriously.
Okay.
They should take it seriously though, because it's like you're talking about.
Okay.
You have to have a focus in life.
Yeah. Yeah, my focus isn't getting beat up by an
No,
80-year-old
but
woman.
what's her focus?
Bingo. That's her purpose.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
This just came to me right now. This is a whole revelation just came to me right now as I'm speaking.
Oh crap.
A senior, an old lady, here's their purpose in life. We're going to church, going to doctor's appointments to gossip, and playing bingo.
Well, that's pretty freaking.
And at all three places, they can gossip and talk shit. Did you see what she was wearing today? Just about seen her nipples hanging out, cleavage. It's crazy.
At least she's got nipples and cleavage.
And then they go to the doctor's office, and it's the same bullshit there too. I couldn't believe my next door neighbor was on my lawn, and I yelled and screamed, "Get off my fucking lawn!" And then they go to bingo and tell all that shit to other people at bingo,
and they love every minute of it,
and get all pissed off when they don't win. God, I can't wait to be a senior and do all that shit.
Yeah, well, I hope I have a cane when I'm a senior.
Could be fun.
I'm gonna use it.
Could be fun.
I'm gonna use my cane.
I'm not gonna get old.
Even if I don't need a cane, I'm gonna get a
I'm
cane.
not gonna get old.
Okay, well then die tomorrow.
No, I'm just not gonna get old because old, it all goes back to perspective. Yeah, we're gonna age. You can't do nothing about that.
It's inevitable.
That's inevitable. That's just reality. Death, taxes, women playing bingo, and getting old. That's just. But it's really it's all a perspective. It's how you feel and how you think. It's what's in your mind. Like I'm 40, gonna be 44 soon, but
I'm 40, gonna be 44 soon. That's what you just said.
Is that what I just said?
Yeah, I'm 40, gonna be 44 soon.
Whatever.
Which one is it?
I'm gonna be 44 soon. I'm like right now, right now doing this podcast because I am like so lit up right now. Not lit up, like I'm not drunk, but jacked up right. I'm having such a good time. I'm basically like 20, 24, 25.
I would have put you at 25 at this point.
Going on 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all perspective. I don't feel my age. I don't want to act my age. Well, why should I? Why should I act my age? What does that even mean? Act your age. I've seen people that are 44 years old. You know what? I don't want to act like that, all fucking grumpy and depressed because they hate their life, because they haven't found a purpose in their life and doing anything about it, living in mediocrity. In mediocrity. Why would I want to act like that?
Mediocrity being just walking through life.
Why would I want to act like that? I'd rather act like 24-year-old. It's like, I'm going to fucking take the world by the balls.
And everybody.
Full of enthusiasm, energetic. They have goals, ambitions. They'll probably never, do anything with it. But they got it. So that's what I'm going to act like. I'm going to act like I'm 25 and I got the world by the balls.
I don't want to be.
That's how I'm gonna act.
I don't want to be stuck.
I'm not going to apologize for it.
I don't want to be stuck in a suit.
A suit?
40 years old. Yeah, I don't want to be a suit.
Oh, what?
Suit. I don't want to be stuck in a suit at 40 years old where I go to my 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
And I have, and for some people that makes them happy. And
it doesn't.
My apologies. My apologies.
They're not happy.
Well, maybe they are.
They're not.
Some people are.
I don't think they are.
I kind of appreciate the level of life of okay, no. You have to realize that there are potentially some people that like being suits.
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean suits?
9-to-5 suits.
Nobody likes that.
No.
And if they tell you they like
some people like that.
No.
Some people do like that.
Okay. The only people that like their 9-to-5 job is if it's their company and and they're the one that's making the big bucks, or That's actually what they're genuinely passionate about, and that's their purpose in life. And there, yes, okay, I will. There is some people that can do a 9 to 5 or 44, whatever, punch a clock, time in exchange for dollars. There's some people that can do that for their whole and be genuinely happy. However, the percentage of people that live that life, they're not happy. They're not truly.
Well, no,
they're
okay,
not truly happy.
okay.
Because they're not living out their purpose.
Well, you don't know that. Maybe that is what their purpose is. Okay, now the other thing you got to consider, Sheldon.
Ooh, she said Sheldon.
I said
fucking
Sheldon.
means business.
I'm
now.
serious right now. Yes, you've
got
to consider the fact that they get to go to work. When you're self-employed, you have to take care of your work never finishes.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're a suit, then you have the privilege of going to work and coming home.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about work anymore.
Right.
If you're self-employed, you never have that privilege anymore. Your job is never done.
I don't agree with that.
Did you do it before?
I've never been self-employed.
There you go.
But
so shut the fuck up.
It's all perspective again.
There you go. Right? It's relative.
And if you're self-employed and you don't have the option to not stop working, where you have to keep working because you're self-employed, it never ends, then maybe you're not doing something right.
No. That's part of
who wants to be self-employed and then always never get a break? That doesn't sound like fun either.
Yeah, but if you love what you're doing, then it's fine.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
Here's an example. My boss at work, like the boss. There's the boss and then the boss's son, who's also the boss. But the boss, he's like probably in his late 60s now. I don't know. He is there like 6 days a week, 6 o'clock in the morning, and he's always there. He's always working. And when he's not working, he's probably sitting at home thinking about work. Now, to me, that sounds fucking ridiculous. However, that's not my passion. I'm not interested. I don't get fulfillment out of shit spreaders, okay? It's not my business, but I don't get any fulfillment. I go to, if my bosses are listening to this, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I go to work, I punch in.
It's
a paycheck for me. It's a suit. It's a paycheck for me. Right, it's a paycheck for me. But he never stops working. And I guarantee when he probably, I know for a fact that he does because he's told me this. He lays awake at night thinking about the business. But he'll tell you, he says, I've never worked a day in my life. Because he genuinely loves what he does. He's passionate about his business. Mm-hmm. He's built the business from nothing to what it is today. And I'm not going to get into it, of what the business is about. And he genuinely, he says it's not work for me.
But there you go. Because he's passionate about it.
Because he's passionate about it.
So it doesn't...
But he's one of the 5%.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I said, 95% of us,
and it's really,
we go to a job we don't like.
That's exactly it.
And it's not fulfilling.
It is really, really difficult in life to find something. It's really difficult to be so fortunate to find something that you love and you can actually make money from it.
Absolutely.
There's so few people in the world that have that privilege. The rest of the time we just go and we do what we have to do to pay the bills.
But I hate saying this, but it's reality.
Do you hate saying it?
I really do, but it's reality.
Okay. Lay it on
the
thick.
world. We need people. God, this doesn't even. But I gotta say it. I gotta be true to myself. The world needs people that choose to live in mediocrity, that put their purpose aside or decide that, or live in fear and live in mediocrity to do all those jobs that that nobody wants to do.
Yeah, well, we're
Like,
jumping back
if
to
everybody
this.
was successful and everybody was doing what they wanted to do, and every single person on the planet was living their passion in life, then there'd be nobody to do all like the other jobs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it
but
just comes
but
off
okay,
so
okay,
bad.
okay,
But that's
okay.
just the I just think
Okay,
that's the way
but
it is.
Sheldon, you have to think about it this way too. Is those other jobs you're making your mind up? What's a shitty job?
Right.
Okay.
My perspective.
Yes, your perspective.
Yeah.
And somebody else might not see it as a
No,
shitty
absolutely,
job.
absolutely.
So
100%.
it's not that other people are working shitty jobs. It's other people are working the jobs that you think are shitty jobs.
Okay. This is reality. Okay.
Oh, Sheldon's gonna give us reality.
This is reality.
What's Sheldon's reality?
Okay, the place where I work.
You're gonna get.
Okay,
You're gonna
we
get
have a
full core right now.
Where I work, we
I'm
have
on
like
this side of the Skype.
we have like
Ouch.
80 employees where I work. Okay. If every single employee where I work decided, okay, this is my passion. I'm going to follow what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to do something that is completely fulfilling to me, and that's what they were going to do, he would be out of business in one day. He would have nobody working there. Maybe a handful of guys that are super passionate about it. If everybody decide, you know what, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do something that's and they found some way in the snap of a finger overnight, and all of a sudden, this is my purpose. This is my passion. The fucking moon and the stars aligned. Now I'm living my passion. He would be out of business.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably a lot of places that are like that. Yeah, it's true.
And don't get me wrong, there's some guys that they love welding. They love being a welder. And there's just that for them is just, that's living life, and they super enjoy it. They love doing what they do. Don't get me wrong. But for the average person, that's not their passion. That's not what they really want to do with their life. It's something they've decided, they've settled with it. Okay, here's another thing that I've talked about, not on the podcast, with people. Are you where you are today by choice or by accident?
Oh, for crying out loud, you opened a whole can of worms there, didn't you?
I paint for a living. Spray paint. I've been painting most of my working life. I started painting when I was like 17 years old, still in high school, painting airplanes. And I painted aircraft for many, many, many years in different spots, and now I paint manure equipment. I became a painter by accident. I didn't become a painter on purpose. It wasn't like someday I woke up and like, oh my God, I want to be a painter. This is my passion. This is my focus. Putting paint on shit is so fulfilling to me. No, not one bit. I became a painter by accident. And it just became this living in mediocrity. It's like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I'm good at.
So what do you actually want to do?
This is what I can make a living
What do you
do.
actually want to do?
This is what we're doing right now.
No, what do you want to do?
We're doing it.
What?
And then my other side business that I'm working on that I'm not going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
You know what the other side business is.
Yeah. All right.
Between that, my side business, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not ready to. I'm not ready to disclose
no disclosure.
Anything about that.
You're crossing the Skype line.
Yes, between that, the second podcast that I'm going to be launching this summer, which I'm super, super fucking excited about, and doing this. This is my passion. This is what gets me jacked up. This is what gets me excited, is doing this. And eventually between podcasting, between this one, the new one that I'm going to be launching in the summer, which is going to be like nothing you've ever seen or heard before. That's a promise. And the other side business...
That was crossing the Skype line.
Yeah, and you're crossing it, pushing me away. That's the direction I'm going. That's what I have my focus on. Those are my goals, and I am actively pursuing it.
So everybody give a lot of thumbs up to Shelly for being proactive. Proactive.
Biggest podcast in Canada.
Okay, now it's time to go.
Between this one and the brand new one that I'm launching, I want to have the biggest, most listened and viewed podcast in Canada.
Okay,
That's my goal. If you're going to shoot for something, shoot for the fucking stars. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, if you're going to do something,
some people are going to watch like that guy's.
If you're going to do something, do it right.
This guy's an idiot. He's just some small town, guy from a small town. Nobody, he can't pull that off.
Yeah.
That's ludicrous. Whatever. You know what? Don't project what you think about yourself onto me because you don't have goals and you don't have no, I probably shouldn't say that's kind of being a dick. But that's the thing though, like people that are haters, like people that hate on people that are successful, the only reason why those people hate on successful people because it reflects back onto them of their lack of ambition and their
getting into a whole
it's just a mirror of them
right
not
now.
Pursuing their own goals.
Yeah,
that's all
you're
haters
getting
are.
into a whole different realm right now.
Yeah, we don't have
self-criticism and
that's all it is.
Acknowledging your own being and we can go counseling. You want to go counseling?
But here's the great thing about haters.
No, he's gonna go counseling.
Here's the great thing about haters. When you start to develop haters, that is a very, very good thing. Because when the haters start coming at you, that means you are becoming successful. So if there's anybody out there who's got a podcast, who wants to start a podcast, who's doing something, who's following their passion and is super like, you have a goal and you're focusing on that goal and you're kicking ass and pursuing that goal no matter what, when you start getting the haters, you should be damn proud of that and be super, super happy for the haters because that means you're doing something. You're going in the right direction when you got haters. So bring on the haters.
Bring on the haters.
Bring them on.
Bring on the haters. Bring on. Oh, we're crossing the Skype line. Bring on the haters.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Okay, gotta peace out.
But
it's time to go.
It's time to go. Send lots of love too.
It's time to go.
You're done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how many minutes are we at here?
I don't know. Probably enough.
Oh, geez, we're over an hour.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That went pretty
yeah,
quick. Oh, you got to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, I got to go milk the moo-moos.
Got to go milk the moo-moos.
Pulling the titties.
Has he had to dump milk yet?
Yes.
He has had to.
Yes.
Let's
not talk about that, though.
No, I don't know
how much I'm supposed to talk about and not talk about.
All right.
But
anyway.
Yeah, there's milk in the laneway. Let's put it that way.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna shut this down. This has been episode 9, Area 519, with my good
Crossing
friend.
Crossing the Skype line.
With Izzy.
Yeah.
This was kind of a one-sided podcast, but I kind of got all fired up on this one.
That's what I wanted.
I had a lot of fun.
I was hoping that Shelly would talk about Shelly because Shelly never talks about Shelly.
This is one of my favorite ones. But I'm super comfortable with there's literally nothing that I cannot say in front of you because there's no judgment passed, and so anyway. Episode 9 in the books.
Shelly and Izzy out.
Shelly and Izzy out until episode 10. We'll see you next time.